As the weather heats up, proper hydration is an important concern. But how much water do we really need every single day? To answer that question, registered dietitian Nisha Saxena joined us in studio.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the most basic general question,
Yes.
but I gotta ask it.
Yeah.
Why do we need water?
We are 70% water, Ben. So most of our body is actually made up of water.
Except for me, I'm 70% hot air, apparently.
Yes, that might be true for you. For the rest of us, water is absolutely crucial for everything functioning from our blood pressure to our gut functioning, our brain functioning. And in fact, it's been implicated in inflammation. If we don't have water in our body, it could actually be increasing inflammation in our body.
Okay, so water, good, but how much water is
Well,
good?
I mean, everybody needs a different amount, and it's dependent on activity, gender, what you're eating, what your lifestyle is like, what temperature areas that you're in, if you're hot outside or inside. So there's a little bit of difference between men, women, and children in terms of actual quantities.
Okay.
So
over here with men,
we have 15.5 cups, so that might be higher than most people think, but in fact, it doesn't all have to come from singular glasses of water.
Right.
So we can have things like milk, we can have things like soup, high water-containing foods, fruits, vegetables.
yeah, people forget about that.
They forget about that. 20 to 30% of our fluid is coming from foods.
Okay.
For women, we want around 11 cups, more for pregnant and lactating women. Children is really highly variable. It really depends on their activity level and what they're up to. 8 to 10 cups. Infants under 1 year, they're really getting what they need from breast milk or formula or the combination. 1 to 2 years, they could need anywhere from 3 to 6 cups in a day.
Okay, what happens though if you are underhydrated?
Well, it's interesting. Mild and moderate dehydration even can cause some serious symptoms like low energy. You can start to notice you can't quite make decisions. You might feel dizzy, constipation, leg cramps. And what's interesting is with just 2 to 3% of dehydration, you can actually have losses of mental and physical activity that can impair what you actually do.
Oh, really? Huh?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I don't like that at all. Okay.
No, and blood pressure as well. For
Yeah.
people that have trouble regulating blood pressure, not having enough adequate hydration is a real problem.
Okay, now there's also a good test you can do, right?
Yes.
If you want to know, am I properly hydrated?
Yes, it's the easy as pee.
Easy as pee.
It's easy as pee.
It's the pee factor.
It's the pee factor. So this is something that, you know, because of all the variability of understanding who needs what, because of all those factors, just looking at your pee alone can tell you whether or not you're adequately hydrated. So we ideally want pee to be that pale straw yellow color. When we see pee that is very dark, medium or dark yellow, we're probably dehydrated and we need to get some water. If we're overhydrated, that's when you see that you can't even tell you're peeing because it's totally clear. So you may want to watch.
Too much water.
Maybe too much water.
Too much water.
Yes.
Okay, what's your final tip for people? The weather is heating up.
Yep.
So people are going to be spending more time outdoors. What's your final tip for people this
The
summer?
final tip is ultimately, if you feel like you need water, drink it. Try and drink it when you don't even think you need water. And the best way to get rehydrated is a nice cold piece of watermelon, little sea salt. Perfect.
Why the sea salt?
Because the sea salt adds that extra level of electrolytes. It also brings out the flavor, the sweetness of the watermelon. Very hydrating.
I'm going to try that one.
All right, do
Thank you
it.
so much.